Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG All the Mods 4 server, and I want an Ender Pearl. I want a lot of Ender Pearls. I used my 3 Ender Pearls to do the elevators back over there, and I'm really loving that because I can go up and down really fast. You know, stairs and ladders are but elevators fast. Vroom, fast, really fast. And I love that. I want to do that. I don't have Ender Pearls. Of course, you know, it'd be nice if we could have plenty of Ender Pearls, because then we could open up the end. We hardly have any Ender Pearls whatsoever. So, let me show you what I've been doing way over there in the mesa. Now, when I say way over there in the mesa, I mean way over here in the mesa. Yeah, it's 3,600 blocks away from home, and this is my kind of really lame way of killing mobs and being safe. So you just come in here, and you can look out. So if there's an Enderman out there, you can sit there and look at them. Typically what I do is I come out, I run around. Oh, it's getting night. One of many I've spent over here, and I kind of look around here, and it's all spiders and whatnot. There was an Enderman out there. I looked at him, ran in, and that's where I got my 3 Ender Pearls. Because what happens is the Enderman will come up, and they'll try to get at me, and they'll fall down. Every other mob will try to get at me, and these are here specifically because they'll try to climb up on these trapdoors, which is not what I want them to do. And so that actually stops them all. They come over, and they all fall down into there. And if we go down to here, there's a little area where I can sit there and take out my axe and go whackety 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 looting 5, and I get all the loots, which I don't care about anything other than Ender Pearl. And I've been getting so very few Ender Pearls, but it's a very quick little easy setup. You know, I had the acacia wood over there, and I realized I didn't have any wood on me. That's why this is all acacia. But yeah, I just dug it deep enough that the mobs fall down, they can't see me, and so I can chop at their ankles and kill them. And you know, crafting table, because why not? So that's been nice and all that, but I want something better. And I'm not even going to stay here. I'm going to go home. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go home. That's what I wanted to do. And home. Speaking of home, I did make... Why are you open? I did make a change because I crashed again, and Torgal was able to get us back. The solar panels are over here in a separate chunk. I'm thinking there might be something about this chunk that's kind of buggy, in that it's been crashing multiple times, and you saw how that's actually working. It seems like for maybe 30 seconds after I teleport back home, I come down, I go through the door, and I go donk, and I hit it because these pressure plates do not activate, which is very strange. If I go to those ones, they always do, but that's a different chunk. So it's making me think, yeah, there may be something about this chunk that's not quite right. So let's head over to the mining dimension. And this is where I've been growing my spruce wood. But over here, let's zip on down real quick. Gee, if I had Ender Pearls, I could make an elevator. Wouldn't that be nice? I should put water down here, and then I could just jump down. That would be even faster. Anyway, I was testing. I was thinking. I noticed that it's always day, so mobs don't spawn. But one time I was here, and there was a thunderstorm in the overworld, and mobs did spawn. And that made me think, I wonder if it's dark. If it's dark, will they spawn? So I dug out a little thing back here, and yes, mobs did spawn. So I said, okay, let's make this a bigger, better thing. This is a 9x9 area, and I have a 3x3 grid of fans blowing down. So spiders that crawl along get blown down and then get forced into here. There's also bats spawn like crazy, and so they can also come down in here. We've got lights in here, and I ran to the spawn area and grabbed the experience pylon, and I'll put that there because that just kind of closes that area off very nicely. Those are the player killing plates, which I made one a set for Torgal when we have it at spawn, but I made this set here, and there's 3 hoppers underneath those, and then these hoppers are all pointing into this diamond chest. So let's go ahead and turn everything off. Everything is too high, except for where these levers are. Can't help it. So I'm hoping that the Endermen stay away. Hey, there. We make that a 3 high there. So at this point, I've checked all in there is dark. So if I run back over to this area here, they should start spawning. And let me turn on my mini map. Why does that keep getting turned off? I do not know. When I was playing with this earlier, it didn't take very long until things were spawning like crazy in there. And now the question is, are they spawning? Unfortunately, I have no idea. Let's run back over. Oh, like nothing spawned. It spawned so many things. Why can't it spawn now? Let's try one more. All right, I'm going to go ahead and AFK because when I set it up before, and it was a very small area, it was like a 5x5, I got something like 3 creepers, 10 skeletons, and a couple zombies, and like 20 bats in that area instantly. And I think possibly it's night, so I wonder if there's something mobcaps out on the overworld around spawn. I don't know. Can't be the vector plates, because the vector plates you can spawn on. I think you can spawn on vector plates. I don't know. Maybe you can't spawn on vector plates. Huh. One little fix later, and you can see down the way, yes, indeed, that is working. And you can see the yellow stuff I'm pointing with my finger, like you can see it in the mini-map. The little yellow dots are the bats, and they're getting blown forward and blown down and dying. So let's come running back over here. Yep, the bats are dying. And the experience pylon here is gonna suck up all the XP. That way I can hang back there for some time. And yep, I had gone in here and put some fans back there, but I only made 4. I didn't realize that they're pretty narrow as far as how much they blow. And so having them there made a difference. And if we come over here and break a cobble or 2. I went ahead and reduced the vector plates to just that. This way these guys have enough oomph to blow everything into here, and then that funnels everybody in, and they all die. They die really fast. So let's look at the actual results. Bats and zombies and spider, maybe a spider or 2, and skeleton. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to AFK for a bit and see whether or not that was weird. To see whether or not I can get any Endermen to spawn in there. Endermen tend to spawn rarely, and so it very well just may be a case of I'll have to wait for a while. And that's what I got. Enough to make 2 stacks of experience confection. That's quite a lot of stuff, and that's a lot of bats. That's a huge number of bats and a ton of bows, so that I can make a pretty good bow. But the thing that's really strange, we actually got a skeleton skull. We've not gotten any of that, and that just barely dropped, so it can't be very much as far as the chance of these things dropping. Torgal actually bought a couple skeleton skulls off of a wandering trader, so I'm going to go ahead and steal these, and 14 ender pearls. I'm so taking those. The rest of this stuff I'm going to take up to the spawn the spawn mob farm and drop it all up in there, because why not? This tells me there are probably 2 witches, because I doubt that they would drop more, but I saw a witch. There may have been more. They just didn't drop that. No redstone. So, because witches will also drop redstone. So maybe just one, maybe two. Anyway, yeah, potato and carrot. This would have been great early on when we couldn't find carrots anywhere. And I have over here the builder. Now that I have an ender pearl, I am so going to build me a builder. And then I'll make me a shape card. You can see it's pretty cheap. I'm going to make a quarrying shape card. That's just 4 extra diamonds, so that's not a big deal. And then I'm going to turn it into a clearing shape card, because then I can come and this 9x9 area all the way to the surface, I will dig out with that quarry, that builder, so it's all gone. And then I will put the dark glass over the top, so that there's no light, and then I'll put some more just regular glass up above just so I don't fall down, or maybe a fence all the way around. That will improve the numbers of drops that we get here. But you know, that's stuff that you don't need to see. Now, I'm sure you're probably also asking at this point, so Grok, what is it that Mrs. the Duck Farmer is cooking for dinner today?
What is she cooking for dinner today?
And that's a very good question.
Yeah, I think so.
What are you making for dinner today?
Pasta.
Ooh, pasta. I like pasta.
Because I'm lazy.
Well, it's not just wimpy pasta, open a jar and dump it in. You're actually adding sausage in it.
It's open a jar, dump it in, and Italian sausage.
See, it's that next level up, so it's even better.
It's semi-homemade.
Yum.
It's me, Mario.
And she told me to pick out the actual pasta type, and so it's shells, because shells hold sauce really nice. And spaghetti, I've never been a big fan.
You're just biased against spaghetti.
I am. Now, what I've been wanting to do for a while is make this farm automated. And for that, I needed 2 things. 1, I needed a source of power, and 2, I needed the plastic, which I do now have. So I've got an animal rancher, and I made a tier 2 range add-on, which if we look at the recipe, just 2 redstone, 2 glass panes, some lapis, and a single latex or bucket of latex, gives me 1. I have 2 here because once it finished the 1, it processed it again for a second, which some sort of buggy sort of thing. But so Torgal, there is going to be a second tier 2 range add-on in my RS system. So you know, if you ever need one for some reason, there you go. Let's jump up here real quick. And I've got 2 tier 3 solars up here feeding a dimensional cell, and it's on its own little power system. And let's go on down under deep the system. Oh yeah, you in the way? Yeah, you're in the way. Right underneath there, it's hard to see, there's a muffler because these guys make so much noise. Anyway, so down here I ran these network cables from the XNet all the way down, and there are 16 of these connectors, one for each of the barrel. Like this one is using the light blue, and I went through and I named each one of these, which normally makes it so much easier to process. Well, no. Anyway, over here is the controller power, and I do my standard thing where I put them next I put them next to each other so that this can automatically power that. But then I also come into here and I set up a power or energy system and power things that way. I also went ahead and set up this should be wool. Let's give it a name. Set up a wool channel, and everything is exporting out of this. It's not out of this regular chest by stack, and that was in place of my rancher because I didn't have a rancher on me. Let's see, if I put you like this, do you point in the right direction? You do. Well, cool. Let's go ahead and put in one of the add-ons and shear. This is the part where you get sheared. Why are you not shearing? Show working area. Yep, that should be the working area. Do you need water or something? When I was playing with this before, it didn't need. Maybe it does need some water. Oh, it has no power. Duh. Okay, so what I need to do, that was standing in there, so that's needs to insert power. Now, shear. Did you, he got sheared and it went into here and then it disappeared. So now it's got power, and so does the controller. Everything else. See, there's my extract by stack, and that's why I set it up with the chest in place. It's just interesting that it changed its order. Whatever, it works. And no configuration here. Now, what I was hoping, and it's hard to see. Oh, I can just barely. That would have made its life so much easier. You can see barrel there in bright. It's overlapping the information behind it. And to the right, just barely visible, and it's hard to see, it says yellow, because this is the yellow controller. I named it. I went through it. I tried to see it. I didn't see that thing hiding behind. I was looking over to the side where it says barrel.name. Just anyway, I went and I double-clicked it, and it says it is now highlighted. And I went over there to check it what it was, and it says it's yellow. Confirmed it over here, and then put some yellow wool into the chest, and it went away. And then I was able to go up and take a quick gander and say, yep, that's where it is. And I confirmed all 16 colors all went to the right place. Power-wise, this is going great here. We just need the 2 channels, and we're good to go. We got the wool channel, the energy channel. One thing that wow, that was fast. He ate the grass. He got his stuff. One thing that I do need to do is I need to get one of each of the colors in here. And it took a while for me to lead this crazy guy down here. I might just lead a second one down and then start breeding them up. And then I can just hit them. I'd probably have to turn this off so that I can see what their colors are, grab some dye and hit them. But that's just going to be tedious as nobody's business. And I've got some 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got 4. So, yep, I have 1 extra because that piece takes a block. Anyway, so there we go. I've got a area that this should generally generate a pretty good amount of wool for us. And when it's all the barrels are full or have too much, then I'll just come in here and turn everything off as far as energy wise, just because I don't want to have stuff being spilled. I'm thinking if the rancher tries to shear stuff and its inventory is full, I bet you it just spills out wool, and I don't want to do any of that sort of thing. That's bad. Anyway, we've got a rancher. I've got access to ender pearls, so that means I'm going to set up somewhere around here a elevator to get down here easily. And I made myself a builder with the card, and I'm going to clear out that little mining area, not mining, the mob farm area. That should even produce even more mobs, because we need to get a decent amount of pearls so that we can find the end and kill the ender dragon. But that's a different video. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the FTOG All the Mods 4 server, and getting things done. Thanks for watching. Bye.